Have you ever noticed how your eyes seem to tire more easily these days? Maybe reading your favorite book feels like a challenge, or colors don't seem as vibrant as they once were. It's easy to brush this off as just getting older, but what if that's not the whole story? What if there are simple, natural ways to protect your eyesight that many overlook? Eye health is often one of those quiet struggles we don't talk about enough, yet it touches every part of our daily life, from savoring a sunset to recognizing a loved one's smile. In this video, I'll share 3 surprising seeds that can help protect your eyes and retina naturally. Stick around, because at the end, I'll reveal the easiest habit you can start today to keep your vision sharp and vibrant. Let's walk this journey together. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. For so many of us, the subtle changes come almost without warning. One day, you notice that reading the morning newspaper feels different. Letters seem a bit fuzzy, and you catch yourself reaching for your glasses more often than before. Maybe you find yourself turning up the brightness on your phone or holding a menu at arm's length under the restaurant's soft lights. At first, it's easy to brush these moments aside, chalking them up to another sign of getting older. After all, our parents and friends used to mention these same changes, so we figure it's just the way things are. But then, perhaps, the changes start to pile up. The faces on TV seem a little less distinct, the crossword puzzles that once brought so much joy become a bit harder to see, and the street signs while driving aren't as clear as they used to be. It's not uncommon to feel a wave of frustration, or even a quiet fear, creep in when something as precious as our sight seems to slowly slip away. You might hear yourself or a loved one say, "It's just normal aging, right?" And do your best to adapt. Maybe you buy a new pair of reading glasses or schedule an extra appointment with your eye doctor. You might even start stocking up on popular eye supplements from the drugstore, hoping they'll do the trick. But here's a question worth considering. Is it possible that protecting our vision requires more than just another doctor's visit or another pill? What if some of the best solutions are right in our kitchens? Simple foods that nature provides, overlooked in their everyday forms, yet packed with nutrients our eyes truly need. Could it be that our daily meals, not just our medicine cabinets, hold the real key to lifelong eye health? Let's pause for a moment and look beneath the surface of this familiar story. As we age, common eye problems become a part of many people's lives. Cataracts can cause cloudy vision, making the world appear faded or yellowed, as if you're seeing life through a frosted window. Macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss for Americans over 65, can turn sharp images blurry, making it hard to recognize faces or read even large print. Then there's the daily strain, long hours on digital devices or reading under poor lighting, leaving your eyes feeling tired and dry. Blurred vision isn't just inconvenient. It can affect your confidence, independence, and ability to enjoy the little pleasures that fill each day. Most of us assume these changes are inevitable, or that if we simply take a supplement or use prescription eye drops, we're doing all we can. But here's the part most people don't talk about. Eye health starts long before a doctor prescribes a new medication. What you put on your plate each day has a direct, measurable effect on how your eyes age. Science has shown that the right foods can help fight inflammation, reduce oxidative stress, and nourish the delicate structures of the eye, especially the retina, which is responsible for capturing the light that lets us see the world in color and detail. Let's bring this idea down to earth. Our bodies, especially as we age, need certain nutrients to keep the eyes working their best. Think of nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids, zinc, vitamin E, and antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin. These aren't just words on a supplement bottle. They're found in natural, everyday foods, many of which you may already have in your kitchen. Among the most powerful, yet most overlooked, are 3 simple seeds: chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, and sunflower seeds. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Seeds? Really? How much difference could those tiny things make? Let's break it down, step by step. Chia seeds, for instance, are loaded with plant-based omega-3s. These fatty acids are known to reduce inflammation throughout the body, including in the tiny blood vessels that feed your eyes. Adding a spoonful of chia seeds to your morning oatmeal or stirring them into a yogurt parfait isn't just trendy. It's a way of sending a steady stream of protective nutrients straight to your retinas. Studies have shown that people who consume enough omega-3s have a lower risk of developing age-related macular degeneration and dry eye syndrome. Pumpkin seeds, on the other hand, are a treasure trove of zinc and lutein. Zinc plays a crucial role in delivering vitamin A from the liver to the retina, helping to produce melanin, a pigment that protects the eyes from harmful light. Lutein acts almost like natural sunglasses inside your eye, filtering out blue light and supporting sharp, central vision. You can sprinkle pumpkin seeds on your salad, toss them into homemade granola, or just enjoy them as a snack during your favorite TV show. Then there's the humble sunflower seed, which is rich in vitamin E. Vitamin E is a potent antioxidant that shields eye cells from damage caused by free radicals, tiny particles that build up as we age, especially if we're exposed to lots of sunlight or spend time in polluted environments. A handful of sunflower seeds in the afternoon, maybe mixed with dried cranberries or a few almonds, can be both delicious and healing. But how do you put these seeds to work in your daily life without making it a chore? The good news is that small, steady changes work best. Try this. Each morning, after pouring your coffee, stir a tablespoon of chia seeds into a glass of water or your smoothie. At lunch, sprinkle a handful of pumpkin seeds on your soup or salad. In the evening, keep a jar of sunflower seeds nearby for an easy, healthy snack instead of chips or cookies. These seeds are easy to store, affordable, and require no special preparation. To make this feel even more real, let me share the story of Jim, a retired school principal from Ohio. A few years ago, Jim began noticing his vision wasn't what it used to be. Reading bedtime stories to his grandkids meant squinting at the words, and long drives to his fishing spot became stressful. At his annual checkup, his doctor suggested trying a more eye-smart diet, including a variety of seeds and nuts. Skeptical at first, Jim agreed to add chia, pumpkin, and sunflower seeds into his meals for 3 months. The changes surprised him. Not only did his eyes feel less dry and tired, but reading and driving became less of a strain. Jim says, "I never thought something so simple could make such a difference. Now I never skip my seeds." So, the next time you wonder if you're doing enough to protect your eyesight, remember, the solution might be smaller and tastier than you expect. Eating these 3 seeds isn't just about nutrients. It's about taking gentle, positive steps for your well-being every day. It's never too late to give your eyes a little extra care. Small habits do add up, especially when they're rooted in nature and kindness to yourself. If you try these seeds, you're not just supporting your vision. You're investing in a brighter, more colorful future, one simple snack at a time. Let's take this step together and see the world with fresh eyes every single day. Simple, clear explanation of the 3 seeds and their benefits. 1. Chia seeds. Have you ever found yourself squinting to read the newspaper in the morning, or rubbing your eyes after a long afternoon of doing a crossword puzzle? It's a feeling most of us know too well, the sense that our eyes just don't have the strength they once did. Many of us remember a time when we could read small print without a second thought, enjoy the intricate details in a painting, or watch the changing leaves in the fall without noticing any blur. But as we get older, these everyday pleasures can start to fade. It happens gradually, so gradually that we might not even realize how much we're compensating until someone points it out. Maybe you turn up the lamp next to your favorite chair, or you start to notice that street signs seem a little fuzzier on evening walks. It's easy to tell yourself, well, that's just what happens after 65. But is it just age? Or could something be missing? A simple, natural support that could help your eyes stay stronger for longer? Let's talk about something you might not expect: chia seeds. You've probably seen them at the grocery store, tucked away in a small bag next to the oats and grains. Maybe you've heard younger folks rave about superfoods on TV and thought it was just another fad. But chia seeds aren't a fad. They're a quiet powerhouse, and for seniors, they could be an unsung hero when it comes to eye health. Why chia seeds? You might wonder. It turns out, these tiny, unassuming seeds are packed with nutrients your eyes need, especially as you get older. The most remarkable thing about chia seeds is their extremely high content of omega-3 fatty acids, especially a type called alpha-linolenic acid, ALA. Most people know omega-3s from fish like salmon, but not everyone enjoys seafood, and many seniors want a plant-based, gentle alternative. Chia seeds are one of the best sources of plant omega-3s in the world. But what does omega-3 do for your eyes? Here's where the science gets interesting. But don't worry, I'll keep it simple. Omega-3 fatty acids help protect the tiny blood vessels in your eyes from inflammation and damage. Inflammation, in turn, is one of the main culprits behind common age-related eye problems, including dry eye syndrome and even macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in older Americans. When you eat foods rich in omega-3, you help support the structure of your retina, the delicate layer at the back of your eye that captures images, color, and light. In other words, omega-3s act almost like a protective barrier, keeping your eyes hydrated, nourished, and resilient. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. But omega-3 isn't the only reason chia seeds are so special. They also contain powerful antioxidants that help fight oxidative stress, a kind of rusting process that happens inside our bodies as we age. This oxidative stress can weaken the cells of the retina and make the eyes more vulnerable to conditions like cataracts or even just everyday tiredness and strain. Antioxidants in chia seeds, such as quercetin and chlorogenic acid, help slow down this process, keeping your eye tissues healthy and strong. Now, before you start worrying about complicated recipes or new shopping lists, let me reassure you. Incorporating chia seeds into your daily life is incredibly simple, even if you're not much of a cook. Chia seeds have almost no flavor on their own, which means they blend seamlessly into just about anything. Each morning, you could add a tablespoon to your bowl of oatmeal or stir it into a glass of orange juice. Some people like to sprinkle chia seeds over a salad, mix them into a smoothie, or even stir them into a cup of yogurt or applesauce for a little extra texture. If you're feeling adventurous, you can even make chia pudding. Just mix chia seeds with milk or almond milk, let them sit in the fridge overnight, and in the morning, you have a nutritious, gentle dessert that's good for your eyes and your taste buds. But what about real-life results? Are these just promises, or have seniors felt the benefits of chia seeds? Let me share a story that might sound familiar. There's a gentleman named Frank who lives in Michigan. Frank is 70, a retired bus driver, and he's always loved reading mystery novels in the evening. But a year ago, he started finding it difficult to keep his place on the page, and he noticed his eyes would dry out or feel gritty after just a few chapters. His daughter suggested he try adding chia seeds to his breakfast every day. Frank wasn't convinced at first. It seemed too simple. But he figured he had nothing to lose. After 2 months, he noticed something had changed. Reading felt easier. He could enjoy his nightly books again without stopping to rest his eyes, and he realized he wasn't reaching for his artificial tears nearly as often. It wasn't a miracle, but it was a steady, gentle improvement, a real gift for someone who loves to read. It's not just Frank, either. Studies show that people who consistently include plant-based omega-3s in their diets experience less dry eye discomfort and show signs of healthier retinal tissue over time. Chia seeds are gentle on the stomach, gluten-free, and provide an easy source of fiber as well. Great news for digestion and heart health, both of which are important as we get older. If you're ready to give your eyes a little extra support, start small. Just a tablespoon of chia seeds a day can make a world of difference over time. Keep a jar handy in your kitchen, and remember, the best habits are the ones you can stick with day after day, without stress or strain. So, the next time you sit down for breakfast or reach for a snack, think about sprinkling in a spoonful of chia seeds. You're not just nourishing your eyes, you're making a quiet promise to yourself to see more, enjoy more, and stay curious about the world, no matter your age. And if you ever wonder whether small changes matter, just remember Frank and his mystery novels. Sometimes, all it takes is a tiny seed to make reading, exploring, and savoring life feel new again. Your eyes deserve it, and so do you. 2. Pumpkin seeds. If you've ever carved a jack-o'-lantern with your grandkids on a crisp October afternoon, you probably remember scooping out a mess of orange pulp and sticky seeds. Most people, especially when we were younger, just tossed those seeds straight into the trash. But as it turns out, those humble little pumpkin seeds hold a secret power for our aging eyes, and a whole lot more. Let's start with something many of us take for granted: our vision. When we were younger, seeing the world in full, bright color was something we barely noticed. We could read the fine print on medicine bottles, catch a popfly at the neighborhood softball game, and drive at dusk without a second thought. But these days, for so many of us over 65, vision doesn't feel quite as sharp. Maybe you've noticed the words on menus and magazines are a bit harder to make out, or that the faces of friends across a restaurant table seem softer around the edges. Sometimes, colors look faded, like an old photograph, or you find yourself straining to see in dim light. It's easy to assume, well, this is just part of growing older. Doctors may tell us it's natural, and yes, some changes are unavoidable. But what if I told you that right there in your pantry or local grocery store, there's an easy, delicious food that could help protect your vision as you age? What if you could fight back against common issues like macular degeneration and cataracts, not just with medicine or glasses, but with something as simple as a handful of pumpkin seeds? The truth is, pumpkin seeds are more than a seasonal snack. These little green seeds, sometimes called pepitas, are loaded with nutrients that your eyes crave, especially as you get older. Two of the most important nutrients for seniors are zinc and lutein. Let's talk about zinc first. Zinc isn't something you can see or taste, but it's vital for keeping the cells in your eyes healthy. The retina, that thin layer at the back of your eye that captures light and lets you see detail, has one of the highest concentrations of zinc anywhere in your body. Zinc helps move vitamin A from the liver to your retina, where it's used to make melanin, a pigment that protects your eyes from sunlight and glare. If your diet is low in zinc, you're at higher risk for poor night vision, clouded sight, and even faster progression of age-related macular degeneration, AMD, which is the leading cause of vision loss for Americans over 65. The other powerhouse in pumpkin seeds is lutein, a carotenoid or plant pigment that works almost like internal sunglasses. Lutein naturally gathers in the macula, the part of your eye responsible for sharp, central vision. There, it acts as a protective filter against blue light from screens and sunlight, and it helps neutralize harmful molecules that can damage the retina. Studies show that seniors who eat foods rich in lutein have a lower risk of developing both AMD and cataracts. Unfortunately, our bodies can't make lutein on their own. We have to get it from what we eat. Now, before you start worrying that pumpkin seeds are just a Halloween treat, think again. They're available year-round, affordable, and incredibly easy to add to your diet. And you don't need a lot. A small handful each day is enough to start making a difference. Here's how you can do it, no matter your cooking skills. Try sprinkling pumpkin seeds on top of your morning oatmeal, adding a handful to a salad for lunch, or tossing them into a bowl of soup at dinner. They add a gentle crunch and a nutty flavor that goes with almost anything. Many stores now sell roasted pumpkin seeds, plain, salted, or even lightly spiced. Just watch for extra salt if you're monitoring your sodium. Let me share the story of Doris, a 74-year-old retired librarian from Pennsylvania. Doris loved reading, but about 2 years ago, she noticed her eyes would get tired after just a few chapters, and streetlights on her evening walks started looking fuzzy. Her eye doctor told her she had the early signs of macular degeneration. Instead of feeling helpless, Doris decided to do what librarians do best: research. She read about the benefits of zinc and lutein, and learned that pumpkin seeds were one of the best natural sources. Doris began carrying a small bag of roasted pumpkin seeds in her purse, snacking on them whenever she felt hungry. She added them to her homemade granola and encouraged her friends at the senior center to try them, too. After several months, Doris reported back. Her eyes felt less tired, night driving was easier, and she simply felt more in control of her health. While pumpkin seeds weren't a miracle cure, they became a simple, positive habit she looked forward to each day. Besides zinc and lutein, pumpkin seeds also provide vitamin E and copper, both helpful for reducing inflammation and keeping all the tissues in your eyes strong and healthy. For those who need to watch their cholesterol, the seeds are naturally cholesterol-free and contain healthy plant fats that support your heart, too. That's a bonus benefit. Better heart health means better blood flow to the eyes, which keeps them nourished and resilient. If you have grandkids, here's a fun way to get them involved. Next time you carve a pumpkin, set the seeds aside. Rinse, dry, and roast them together with a bit of olive oil and a sprinkle of cinnamon or paprika. You'll have a snack that's tasty for all ages and good for everyone's eyes. Sometimes, the biggest health changes start with the smallest choices. It doesn't take a radical diet or expensive supplements. Just a little bowl of pumpkin seeds on the table, ready for whenever you want a snack. By making this small change, you're not only feeding your eyes the nutrients they need, but you're also sending yourself a daily reminder that you deserve to see the world in all its beauty, for as long as possible. So the next time you pass by the pumpkin seeds at the grocery store, think of Doris, her friends at the library, and all the seniors who are quietly taking control of their health, one handful at a time. Your eyes have seen so much in this life. They're worth protecting, with every small, hopeful step. And as you enjoy your snack, remember, it's never too late to make your health a priority. Even something as simple as pumpkin seeds can help you keep reading, exploring, and connecting with the people and moments that matter most. That's the true gift of clear vision, and it's a gift you can help preserve, one seed, one day, one story at a time. 3. Sunflower seeds. Have you ever sat on a porch in late summer, watching sunflowers sway in the breeze, their golden heads turned confidently toward the sun? Maybe you remember cracking sunflower seeds as a child at a ball game, or sprinkling them on a salad for a little extra crunch. These simple seeds, a familiar staple in American life, are more than just a nostalgic snack. They're a powerful, natural support for your eyes, especially as you grow older. As we age, so many of us notice subtle shifts in our vision. It might be a struggle to see small print on prescription bottles or glare from oncoming headlights when driving at night. Maybe your eyes feel dry, itchy, or tired after reading or looking at a screen. These may seem like ordinary annoyances, easy to brush off as just another part of getting older. But sometimes the things we ignore or accept are signals from our bodies, quietly asking for a little more care and attention. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. It's easy to fall into the routine of reaching for another pair of reading glasses or asking the doctor for stronger drops, thinking, that's all I can do. But have you ever wondered if a simple change in what you eat could make a difference? Could something as ordinary as a handful of sunflower seeds be part of the answer? The science says yes, and here's why. Sunflower seeds are an incredible source of vitamin E, one of nature's most powerful antioxidants. Antioxidants are the body's cleanup crew, constantly working to fight off the harmful molecules, called free radicals, that build up in our cells as we age, especially when we spend time in the sun or are exposed to pollution. For our eyes, free radicals can cause oxidative stress, which gradually damages the cells of the retina and lens, increasing the risk of conditions like cataracts and age-related macular degeneration. Vitamin E, found in abundance in sunflower seeds, acts like a shield. It protects the delicate structures in your eyes from this damage, keeping your vision clearer and brighter for longer. Large studies, like the ARDS trial funded by the National Institutes of Health, have shown that getting enough vitamin E can help slow the progression of age-related eye diseases and maintain good vision well into our later years. But vitamin E isn't the only gift sunflower seeds offer. They're also rich in healthy fats, especially polyunsaturated fats, which keep your eyes lubricated and comfortable. This can be especially helpful if you struggle with dry, scratchy eyes, a common complaint among seniors, especially those who spend time reading, sewing, or working on hobbies that require focus. Best of all, sunflower seeds are practical, affordable, and easy to enjoy. You don't need fancy recipes or complicated routines. Try sprinkling a tablespoon or two on your morning cereal or yogurt, tossing a handful into a salad, or mixing them into a homemade trail mix with a few dried cranberries and almonds. You can even enjoy them on their own as a crunchy snack while watching your favorite TV show or spending time with the grandkids. Many stores offer both shelled and unshelled varieties. Just choose the kind that feels easiest for you. Let me tell you about Margaret, a retired nurse in her late 70s living in Kansas. Margaret always loved gardening, but over the years, she started noticing her eyes weren't what they used to be. The glare from her kitchen window became so bothersome that she avoided cooking in the afternoons. Her daughter, a nutritionist, suggested she start including sunflower seeds in her daily routine, not just as a treat, but as a way to protect her vision. Margaret was skeptical at first, but she gave it a try, adding them to her breakfast and keeping a small container by her chair. Within a few months, she found her eyes felt less fatigued and she could enjoy her garden, even on the sunniest days. She says the seeds became a small comfort, a daily reminder to care for herself in simple, gentle ways. Sunflower seeds also offer a bonus. They're a source of selenium, zinc, and vitamin B6, all of which support overall eye health and the immune system. And for those watching their sodium, look for unsalted varieties, which are just as delicious and better for your blood pressure. It's the little things that add up over time. By making sunflower seeds part of your routine, you're not only giving your eyes the vitamin E and healthy fats they need, but you're also building a habit of mindful self-care, a way of saying, I matter, and so does my health. It's about honoring all that your eyes have seen: birthdays and graduations, family reunions, the simple pleasure of a sunset or a bird at the feeder. Those memories deserve to be cherished and protected. So the next time you see a field of sunflowers or pass a bag of seeds at the store, think of Margaret and her sunny kitchen, or maybe your childhood days spent outside, squinting up at the big blue sky. With every handful, you're giving your eyes a little more strength to keep exploring, noticing, and enjoying the beauty of life. If you haven't tried sunflower seeds in a while, start today. Add them to a meal, share them with a friend, or simply savor them on their own. The choice is yours, and the benefits go far beyond taste. Your vision is precious. It connects you to your memories, your loved ones, and the world around you. Small acts of care, like eating sunflower seeds, may seem simple, but over time, they can make a real difference. So here's to bright days, clear sight, and all the beauty yet to come. Let's keep looking forward, together. Every morning, there's a familiar comfort in simple routines. The first ray of sunlight peeking through your window, the hum of the coffee maker, maybe the soft clink of a spoon against a cereal bowl. These everyday habits, often so ordinary we barely notice them, can quietly set the tone for the whole day. For many of us in our senior years, routines become even more precious, a way to create a sense of stability, ease, and self-care. But what if the smallest changes to those routines could offer big benefits, especially for something as precious as your eyesight? It's common to think that real health change has to be dramatic. Maybe you've heard friends talk about strict diets or fancy supplements, or maybe you've tried to overhaul your meals only to find it overwhelming. After all, who wants to spend their golden years measuring and weighing everything they eat? But what if instead, you could nurture your eyes simply and gently, just by making small, meaningful choices each day? Is it possible that a sprinkle of seeds and a mindful sip of water can do more for your eyes than a shelf full of pills? Science tells us, yes, it can. But let's begin with something we all understand: The simple joy of a good breakfast. Imagine you're sitting at your kitchen table, maybe reading the morning news or enjoying a quiet moment before the day begins. In front of you, a warm bowl of oatmeal or a creamy smoothie. Now, here's a gentle shift. You reach for a little jar of chia seeds, tiny, black and white, almost weightless, and you sprinkle a spoonful into your meal. That's it. No big production. But in that moment, you've just added a powerhouse of omega-3s and antioxidants that help keep the blood vessels in your eyes healthy, support your retina, and ease dryness that so many seniors experience. Chia seeds don't have a strong taste, so they blend right in, almost invisibly, just like the way small kindnesses add up over a lifetime. As your day goes on, perhaps you find yourself looking forward to lunch or gathering with family for dinner. Maybe it's a crisp salad on a summer afternoon, or a bowl of homemade soup as the leaves turn in the fall. This is another perfect moment for a quiet act of self-care. Just reach for a handful of pumpkin seeds and scatter them over your salad, soup, or even roasted vegetables. These seeds are rich in zinc and lutein, nutrients your eyes need for sharp vision and protection from harsh sunlight or screen glare. They add a nutty crunch and a little extra heartiness to your meal, without fuss or fanfare. Later, in the calm of the afternoon or the pause between dinner and evening TV, you might feel the urge for a snack. Instead of reaching for a bag of chips or a cookie, consider a small bowl of sunflower seeds. Maybe you remember cracking them open as a child, or sharing them at the ballpark with friends. Sunflower seeds offer more than nostalgia. They're full of vitamin E, an antioxidant that shields your eyes from everyday stress and helps prevent the fog of cataracts as you age. They're easy to carry in your purse or keep on the coffee table, ready whenever you want a quick, healthy bite. But do you read to overhaul every meal? Not at all. The beauty of these seeds is that just a little goes a long way. You only need about 1 to 2 tablespoons of each per day to give your eyes a steady stream of protection. No measuring cups or scales, just a simple spoonful here and there, a gentle habit that soon becomes second nature. These seeds don't require refrigeration, they're affordable, and they're available in almost every grocery store in America. If your hands don't like opening tough packaging, try pre-shelled seeds for easier access. Let me tell you about Walter, a retired fire chief in Virginia who always prided himself on his independence. In his early 70s, Walter started noticing his eyes felt tired after reading or spending time outside. He worried he'd have to give up his morning walks or evenings reading mysteries by the window. His daughter, a nurse, suggested adding seeds to his meals, and Walter was skeptical. But he gave it a try, following the exact routine we're talking about. Chia in his breakfast, pumpkin seeds at lunch, sunflower seeds as a snack. It wasn't a dramatic change, just a quiet commitment to care for himself. After several months, Walter noticed his eyes didn't feel so strained, and he could read and walk without discomfort. The best part? He felt proud to have taken charge of his well-being in a way that was easy and enjoyable. Of course, food is only part of the picture. Don't forget the power of staying well hydrated. Every cell in your body, including the cells in your eyes, needs water to work its best. Proper hydration helps your body absorb all those valuable nutrients from seeds and keeps your eyes moist and comfortable. Try keeping a glass of water nearby as you go about your day, or enjoy herbal teas between meals. Even a few extra sips each hour can make a difference, you'll notice. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Perhaps you're still wondering if these gentle changes matter. It's easy to overlook the impact of small actions, especially when life sometimes feels so busy or uncertain. But remember, the healthiest habits are often the ones we can keep going without strain or struggle. Seeds are simple, versatile, and quietly powerful, just like so many of the best things in life. If you find joy in a daily walk, a favorite book, or a visit with loved ones, give your eyes the support they deserve. Let your meals become an act of kindness, a way to honor the many years your eyes have served you so well. Whether you're making breakfast alone or sharing dinner with family, you're never too old or too young to start a new, healthy habit. You may not see the results overnight, but over weeks and months, you might notice your eyes feel less tired, your vision steadier, and your spirit lighter. You might even inspire someone else, a spouse, a friend, a grandchild, to care for their eyes, too. So tomorrow morning, as you greet the day, reach for those seeds. Give your eyes a little help, one gentle step at a time. You've seen so much in this life. Let's help you keep seeing and enjoying all the beauty that's still ahead. Your story, your vision, and your health are worth it. Linda always considered herself a book lover. Her home in Minnesota is filled with shelves stacked with well-worn mysteries, biographies, and travel guides. Stories that kept her company on long winter nights and quiet Sunday afternoons. For as long as she could remember, reading had been her favorite window to the world. But a couple of years ago, something quietly began to change. Linda was 72 then, still energetic and independent, still driving herself to the market and the library. Yet she noticed herself squinting a little more at the page, pausing to refocus, sometimes even reading the same line twice. The words looked a bit hazy, and the joy she used to feel curling up with a novel after dinner started to be replaced by frustration. At first, Linda brushed it off. Everyone's vision fades as they get older, she thought, adjusting her reading lamp and telling herself it was just normal aging. As weeks turned to months, the problem didn't go away. Her eyes felt tired and dry even after a short read, and she found herself avoiding the books she used to cherish. The idea of giving up her nightly reading routine made her sad, but she was wary of trying new prescriptions or expensive supplements. Linda had always preferred the simple, natural approach when it came to her health. She grew her tomatoes, walked every morning, and believed in the healing power of a home-cooked meal. One afternoon, chatting over tea with her daughter Emily, Linda shared her worries about her eyes. Emily, who worked as a dietitian at a local clinic, listened carefully. Instead of talking about eye drops or fancy treatments, she gently suggested, "Mom, have you ever tried adding seeds to your diet? I've read about seniors who noticed real improvements in their eye health with simple changes like that." Linda was skeptical at first, but the idea stuck with her. After all, she was never one to shy away from trying something easy and natural. The very next week, Linda picked up a bag each of chia, pumpkin, and sunflower seeds at her neighborhood grocery store. She started small, sprinkling chia seeds into her oatmeal in the morning. She barely noticed them, but she liked the sense of doing something new for herself. At lunch, she added pumpkin seeds to her salads, loving the little crunch they brought to every bite. And in the afternoons, when she felt the urge for a snack, she reached for a handful of sunflower seeds instead of cookies or crackers. At first, Linda didn't expect much. But after a few weeks, she noticed her eyes didn't feel as tired by bedtime. She could read a little longer each night. The lines on the page seemed sharper, and her eyes weren't as dry or irritated. She kept up her routine, and by the end of 3 months, Linda realized she was finishing whole books again, often forgetting she'd ever struggled at all. Her friends at the library noticed she was checking out more novels. Her sister commented how Linda seemed brighter, more cheerful. She had that spark again. It wasn't a miracle, and it certainly wasn't instant. But the simple, natural act of adding 3 types of seeds to her day gave Linda back a piece of herself that she was afraid she'd lost. When asked about her experience, Linda always says, "I didn't need expensive meds. Just a simple change in my diet made a big difference. This natural gift means so much to me. I'm grateful I listened to my daughter and gave it a try. Now, I tell all my friends, don't underestimate the power of a small change. Sometimes, that's all it takes to bring back the little joys that make life feel full again." Linda's story is a gentle reminder that sometimes, the answers we seek aren't found in a prescription or a doctor's office, but in the simple choices we make each day, in the foods we eat, the routines we keep, and the care we show ourselves. For Linda, 3 kinds of seeds became a pathway to clearer vision, easier reading, and a renewed sense of independence. So if you're sitting at home, worried about your eyes, wondering if you'll have to give up the things you love, remember Linda. Her story is proof that even small steps can lead to real, joyful changes. Sometimes all you need is a little hope, a bit of patience, and the willingness to try something new. As we come to the end of this journey together, I hope you feel a little more empowered, a little more hopeful, and perhaps even inspired to try something new for your health. The truth is, caring for our eyes doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. Sometimes, it's the quietest habits, the ones that fit gently into our everyday routines, that offer the greatest rewards. We've talked about chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, and sunflower seeds, 3 simple, humble foods that have the power to support your vision in ways you might never have imagined. Whether you sprinkle them on your breakfast, toss them into a salad, or reach for them as a snack, each small act is a message to yourself. I care about my well-being, and I'm worth the effort. If you take just one thing from this video, let it be this: you have more control over your eye health than you may have thought. These seeds aren't magic, but over time, their nutrients can help you read longer, see more clearly, and enjoy the beauty of everyday life with confidence and comfort. If Linda's story or any part of this video touched your heart, I invite you to share your own experiences below. What have you learned? What small change are you inspired to try? Your story could encourage someone else to take the first step. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe so we can keep walking this path to better health together. Remember, your eyes are precious. Take care of them, and they'll keep bringing you joy for years to come.